Welcome in to WTOL 11 on Fox 36. I'm Stephen Jackson in for Tim Miller this morning.
Kaylee Kirby here. We are so glad to have you, and we've got some nice weather.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yes, that's the hope, because yesterday was just absolutely beautiful.
It was really nice.
Friends actually invited us over to a cornhole tournament, so that was super fun.
Wait, did you play in it, Steve?
I did play.
I've seen you play before.
Well,
So you got a lot
Are
of
you
relaxing.
good?
You got a lot of relaxing time.
say that again, Ryan.
I just assume.
Okay, and you asked me,
I said, are you good?
what do you think?
Steve, you say you're good at everything, so
There you go.
it's hard to believe not everyone's good at everything, but apparently Steve
So, okay,
is.
give us the big update then, Steve. How'd it go?
It's a mental thing.
He lost the tournament.
Yeah.
I didn't lose anything. We actually didn't get an opportunity to finish because we were advancing so well in the round, but I had to go to bed.
They had to put you in a whole new bracket, right?
Whole nother bracket. Absolutely. Ryan, what's so funny? These are facts. Ask about me.
Let's move on to the weather.
I was so good.
Basketball,
So good.
So,
I had
Cornhole.
to leave.
sorry, guys, I got to go to bed.
baseball. The only thing you can beat me and Ryan is water polo.
Listen,
He can
Steve.
beat you in the weather.
Listen, Steve, I've seen you when the lights are turned on trying to make free throws. That's all I'm going to say. All right, let's talk about your forecast here.
Whatever.
We got a lot of air out there today.
Wow.
Looking at the Toledo view for us. Nice and dry. What?
That was a shot.
I would say I'm going to pay for this one here. We got a few light sprinkles. Sandusky down towards Norwalk here. Showers moving off to the east. And yes, lower humidity level. So if you need to get out and practice your cornhole tournament practicing today, beautiful weather for that. Outdoor summertime weather. I'm just saying some might need more practice than others. Highs near 90 degrees to go along with that sunshine. Right now, let's get it over to Steve with what you do best, Steve. That would be traffic tracker.
Okay, let's take a look at our roads this morning. So as you can see, a disabled vehicle off to the shoulder there. Not seeing any major delays because of it, though, along I-75. So you're getting to your destination without any major problems. That's a look at your traffic tracker.
We're following some breaking news this morning.
A crash in South Toledo is under investigation. This happened on Airport Highway just east of Burn Road around 1 o'clock this morning. Toledo police tell us 2 vehicles were involved, causing one of them to flip on its side in front of Allrow Steel. We're told the flipped vehicle knocked over a fire hydrant, but the water is off.
My boyfriend just beat the brakes off me. I'm pretty sure he broke my nose.
If you move, I'm gonna drop you.
You drop me, you wanna hit me, bro?
We have some new video and audio right there from an incident where a Toledo police officer shot a domestic violence suspect last week.
Yeah, the call came in around 12:15 Tuesday morning at the Eastgate Apartments. When officers responded, they found the victim outside. They checked her injuries, talked to her, and then approached the apartment. That's when they found the suspect, Aaron Soul, near the door, where he tells police not to come up the stairs.
Body cam video shows him pointing a gun at police. Officers fired, hitting him in the hand.
What do you mean? Oh yeah?
I tell you, it ain't pretty, dog.
What?
It ain't gonna be pretty. Just go downstairs.
Get the out here. Get out here and show me your hands. Get out! Put it down! Put it down!
Put it down our way.
Put it down!
Saul goes back into the apartment but eventually comes out and is taken into custody. He was taken to the hospital where he was treated, released, and then booked at the Lucas County Jail.
Soul's facing several charges, including abduction, resisting arrest, and domestic violence. We're told the victim is expected to recover.
We also learned the officer who fired the shot is 31-year-old Thomas McCafferty. He was also involved and cleared by a Lucas County grand jury for the deadly shooting of Jason Means in 2023 after Means pointed a shotgun at TPD. McCafferty is on paid administrative leave, which is standard procedure.
Agenda Sports Bar and Grill is ordered to shut down. This is following a deadly shooting over the 4th of July weekend that left 2 people killed and 2 others injured. A judge granted the city's request for a temporary restraining order against the bar's owner and 2 LLCs. The lawsuit claims the bar, quote, operates as a nuisance. It is a menace to the general health of the community. Toledo police are routinely and frequently called to Agenda Sports Bar to address criminal complaints ranging from fights, a riot, tire slashings, and other serious crime. We review police records showing 24 reports tied to the bar since October 2021. Toledo Fire and Rescue also confirmed 9 EMS calls to the bar since September 2021. Earlier that year, the bar was linked to multiple incidents, including a stabbing, disorderly conduct, and 2-person shot calls. The city declared the bar a nuisance that March, but the case was resolved 3 months later. This time, Agenda will be closed through the 25th unless the court decides to extend the order.
There's some big decisions happening that could shape the future of Northwest Ohio, and it's all happening tomorrow. We could learn the future of the long-delayed Lucas County Jail project. County commissioners will hold a public meeting to formally discuss whether to move forward with the jail's construction or start over. The project has faced more than a decade of delays, political battles, and skyrocketing costs. Recent bids topped $290 million. Also tomorrow, a controversial mining project in South Toledo could be headed for a turning point. City Council is set to vote on whether to rezone residential land on Angola Road. That's where Rocky Ridge Development has been mining sand and clay for years. The city admits the property is not zoned for industrial use, but has never ordered the mining to stop. Neighbors say it should have never been allowed in the first place. If the rezoning fails, the mining would officially be out of compliance. And lastly, council is expected to vote on a major contract decision that could cost the city millions. A fact finder has recommended Toledo firefighters receive the same wage increases recently approved for police officers. The proposed contract includes a 6% adjustment retroactive to April 1st and raises through next year. Firefighters have been without a contract for more than a year.
An update on a sinkhole issue in Swanton. Village officials are now saying they plan to reopen Airport Highway this morning. Besides the sinkholes that were forming around manholes, crews also found what they're calling a significant hole in the middle of a sewer pipe beneath the road. The village says it plans to explore lining or replacing sections of the system in the near future. If your commute takes you through South Toledo, you may run into some delays. The city of Toledo is shutting down lanes along Arlington and South Detroit starting today for a water line project. This is the same area where a sewer collapsed earlier this year that prompted sinkholes and raw sewage to pour into nearby waterways. The road closure is expected to last 3 weeks.
The countdown has officially started for residents to have their water shut off here in Toledo. Those who still haven't paid their water bill or set up a payment plan are at risk of having their water cut off come July 21st. Tatiana Cash spoke with the city about how you can keep your water running this morning if you still owe money. So Tatiana, we've been talking about this pending shut off for weeks. Is it a big issue for us?
This is a big issue in terms of when it comes to things being old, Katie. So when we spoke with the city of Toledo, they say that the Public Utilities Department actually has about $66 million in debt owed to them when it comes to money, just because of the fact that for the last 5 years, there has been a pause on folks paying their water bills. This all started back in March of 2020 due to COVID. They wanted to give residents as well as businesses a break just because of how slow things were. We remember what it was like during the pandemic, but then that pause actually continued on 2 years later during 2022 because of the smart water meters that were being installed. So in certain situations, folks may not have been paying for the last 5 years, and let's say that's an average debt of about $4,500, which is well past due. Granted, the city has put out just last week, they told us, about 700 final notice letters. However, when it comes to shutdowns, they will not be immediate, so they're not happening today, and they're not going to happen immediately starting next week. However, those red tags, what's going to happen is it's going to be a lot of red tags that are put up on notices, whether it be for individuals industries as well as commercial buildings, because those likely will be the ones who owe the most and can go first. But you've got a week after the red tag is placed on your door. From there, that is when the shutoff is going to happen. Now, this is all going to start on July 21st in terms of putting those red tags out. Once you have a red tag, again, you've got a week to take care of it. And what they say is basically either pay it in full if you're able to, or go ahead and call customer service here, and they're going to be able to set you up on a payment plan. Really what they want to do is get you on a payment plan so that way you're able to put that money down, get ready to. Likely, let's say if you owe $4,500, you're going to have to do a first initial payment of about 5%, so that's $275. And then from there, you've got 18 months to pay it off. Again, it's about a payment plan, and this is just averaging guesstimates. When I spoke with the city, things can change, things can be different. What the city is asking you do not do is wait until you have a red tag on your doorknob and then start to panic and figure out something, or just kind of wait until your water gets shut off. Because the worst case scenario, if your water is shut off, let's say you pay it or you set up a payment plan, you're going to have to wait anywhere from 24 to 48 hours for it to get turned back on. It's definitely something you don't want to deal with. So it's best to take care of it early and ahead of time. Again, next week is when they're really going to start to shut things down, but you don't want to wait that long. Customer service is your best option. I'll send it back to you guys in the studio. Tatiana Cash, WTOL 11 on Fox 36.
All right, live look outside. Blue skies over downtown Toledo. More sunshine ahead in this forecast. When I come back, stay with us. All right, welcome back in here. Taking a live look outside. Our camera is showing nothing but blue skies on this Monday morning. Good to see you here. Beautiful start to the day. And I do expect that we're still going to have the heat with us. Big difference for today. Lower when it comes to the mugginess or the humidity level. So that will make a big difference outside. We'll take this though, won't we? What a gorgeous way to start off on Monday. Earlier this morning, we were dealing with some scattered pockets of showers and downpours in a few places. Now you can see that drifting off to the east, so looking much better. Do a pretty good little downpour there moving through Columbus. So if you got family you're talking to this morning, friends down there, and they say it is absolutely pouring. We got thunderstorms down here in Columbus. You're saying, no, here in Toledo, the sun shines out and it's a beautiful day. We've got dry air working its way into the area, and that's going to be the case for the next probably 36, 48 hours. Some of our least muggy weather that you'll experience in the middle of July. Watch our hour-by-hour forecast. It pushes the dry air in. Doesn't stay that way by Wednesday into Thursday. The really humid, muggy weather will be back. And that sets the stage for our next chance for scattered showers and downpours toward the middle of this week. In fact, look at the next 4 days, today and tomorrow. Sunshine, temperatures near 90 degrees. But you look out later in this week, Wednesday into Thursday, there's where that muggy weather is back, and chances for scattered showers and downpours will certainly be greeting us as well. Sneak peek here at our hour-by-hour forecast shows those showers popping up Wednesday, and then more of these pop-up downpours likely as we get into Thursday as well. So that'll be kind of our focus time frame for our next chance for those downpours. But today, nothing but the sunny skies. The outlook ahead for us over the next week to week and a half does show lots of heat still expected. Maybe not as bad as it's been, but yeah, we've still tacking on those 90-degree days. We average about 19 of them every year. 13 is what we're up to so far. Still got the rest of July, August to go. So yes, we will be adding to that total. There's your chances for rain Wednesday, Thursday. After that, next best chance for showers, perhaps early next week. That's the latest on our forecast. And let's get it over to Steve now for our traffic track.
Yeah, let's take a live look at I-75. This is right at State Route 795 for you this morning. No major problems out there that will impact your morning commute. That's a look at your traffic tracker.
Federal immigration authorities say they arrested roughly 200 immigrants accused of being in the U.S. illegally after conducting raids on California cannabis farm sites last week. CBP sources tell Fox News this is the largest work site enforcement raid of the current Trump administration, during which Homeland Security law enforcement says they faced assaults, violence, and even bullets fired at them. But they were still able to rescue 14 children from potential forced labor exploitation and trafficking during the sweep. Meanwhile, there's a new reaction from a federal district judge who issued a pair of temporary restraining orders against the Trump administration, saying the administration has been making apprehensions without reasonable suspicion, something they strongly disagree with.
We always built our operations, our investigations on casework, on knowing individuals that we needed to target because they were criminals, because they had conducted violent crimes against individuals in their communities or had overstayed their orders, had violated federal laws, and that is always how this is done.
The Trump administration officials say they plan to appeal the judge's decision on this case.
Here locally, a farm labor leader is pushing for change to how the federal government handles immigration. The flock president is rallying for a new amnesty program. He first introduced his resolution to the International Union Federation in Switzerland back in May, which approved it earlier this month.
We're calling for a repeat of the Reagan amnesty of '86. Bring them into some status where they're working with all the obligations of a worker, a taxpayer.
Velasquez submitted the resolution to the AFL-CIO, the largest federation of unions in the U.S., which is now being reviewed. And as he fights for amnesty, Ohio Republican lawmakers are looking to make deportation even easier. State House lawmakers will soon hear Senate Bill 172, which would ban sanctuary cities in the Buckeye State and allow for the arrest of migrants without a warrant. Locked up, a local school district has a new policy when it comes to cell phones in schools, what students will have to do, and why some parents say they're uncomfortable with the new rules.
Toledo Public Schools is implementing a new policy this fall, adhering to Ohio House Bill 250. Starting in August, TPS high schoolers will be given pouches to lock their phones in when they're in class. Kindergarten through 8th grade students' phones will be put into lock boxes and returned during dismissal. The district says the policy aims to keep students focused during class. We spoke to one parent who's also a teacher and says she's concerned about lockdowns.
I feel like a lot of students, they sneak it or they have headphones in, or you walk down the hall, you can't even say hi to somebody because they're listening to some songs. So yeah, I think it's definitely a distraction. But then again, as a parent, it's like nice to know where they're at and be able to have them call me if there's an emergency. So I understand where parents want to know exactly where their kid is.
The policy follows similar decisions from Perrysburg schools and Washington Local. Both districts have set the policy of restricting phone use to in between classes and lunch periods. We'll be right back.
All right, just a few minutes before 7:30. It's a Monday morning. We're kickstarting another week here in the month of July. And just like you'd expect, there's plenty of heat to go along with it. Right now, our Marblehead Lighthouse camera still has some clouds exiting off to the east. But I'm telling you, this is going to be a mostly sunny sky day. By this afternoon, you're going to be hard-pressed to find a single cloud in the sky. That's how dry that the air is going to be. Right now, looking at radar, there you see those showers from Cleveland down to Columbus, more widespread. We had a few sprinkles here in the Toledo metro overnight, but that was about it. So if you're wondering, do I still need to water the flowers, the garden? Probably. Go give it a double check with your rain gauge, but in most places, the answer to that is yes. Front coming through is dropping those temperatures early this morning, even showing up at 59 in Hillsdale. How about that? 68 the current temperature in Toledo, 71 right now in Findlay. Plan out your day today. Again, nice, dry, sunny, high temperatures in the upper 80s, close to 90. Another dry day likely on the way tomorrow. Have a great rest of your Monday.
Lending a hand, Ohio is coming to Texas' aid after the catastrophic flooding. How they're joining in on the search and the problems they're running into.
A former local fire chief learned his fate, what he was found guilty of, and how long he'll be behind bars.
Ohio's budget was given the green light, but the fight isn't over yet.
How lawmakers could change the governor's plan and what it could mean for the future of levees in the state.
And right now here, let's talk about your forecast. Good to see you on a Monday morning where skies are dry here in Toledo. The sun is out, and that's the way it looks to stay for much, if not all, of today. Rain showers have shifted off to the east, so our forecast focusing more in on the humidity, much less muggy as the day goes on. But again, lots of sunshine, so some good outdoor weather for today. Looking at the sunshine highs, there you go, climbing this afternoon. Once again, back up close to 90 degrees for today. Let's get it over to Steve here, 731. Look at our traffic tracker.
We're checking in on our roads out there this morning. This is I-75 right at State Route 795. No issues to concern you to get you started on this Monday morning. That's a look at your traffic tracker.
A little more than a week after deadly floods hit the central Texas region, a slow-moving storm dumped even more rain over the weekend.
Yeah, the heavy precipitation set off new flood warnings in several places along the Guadalupe River, forcing rescuers to halt search operations. State and local officials have said search efforts will continue until every missing person is found.
Right now, 3 members of Ohio's Task Force 1 disaster response team are in Kerr County. We're told they're using search dogs to help locate the missing people. We spoke to Toledo's assistant fire chief over the weekend. He says members of the team arrived in the area Saturday morning, detailing the challenges they're facing.
Anytime we go down there, obviously it's very hot, so that's an extreme heat emergency is not only something that we have to take into consideration for humans, but certainly working the canines, that it shortens their work cycle, and then we have to incorporate a work-rest cycle.
Task Force 1 missions are normally scheduled for 14 days with an additional 2 days for travel. However, deployments can be extended as needed. And we're hearing from Ohio Governor Mike DeWine this morning on the deployment. He released a statement reading, "I couldn't be more proud of those who volunteered for this mission. When Ohio sees another state suffering, we don't hesitate to help. Troopers tell me that the enormity of the destruction is unlike anything they've ever seen, especially in the area near Camp Mystic, but they remain motivated to do all they can to help."
The Hancock County Sheriff's Office is searching for a driver who crashed into an ATV, seriously injuring a 13-year-old. This crash happened yesterday afternoon near Mount Blanchard. Investigators say the car was heading south on County Road 17 when an ATV heading west on Township Road 150 drove past a stop sign, crashing into the car. Investigators say the driver, a 40-year-old man from Kenton, then allegedly got out and ran away. The teen was flown to a Toledo hospital with serious injuries. Port Clinton's former fire chief will spend 180 days behind bars. Kent Johnson was convicted in April on multiple charges in a sexual harassment case. The victim was a woman who was an EMT and firefighter at the department. Johnson will be on probation once he gets out.
Governor Mike DeWine recently approved Ohio's budget. In it, taxes will change for some residents. He also vetoed other tax proposals. But more changes continue in the State House, and it could have an impact at the ballot box. Here's the details on House Bill 355. There's a new push in Columbus looking to increase the threshold for approving property tax levies.
We should have a good amount of the community supporting that tax initiative. That broad sense of community support, we're starting out at 60%. We're essentially saying more than 50% plus one.
The bill's author, Representative David Thomas, says the proposal is one of many steps they're taking in the State House to try to fix the property tax system. Representative Erica White agrees they need to be fixed, but she doesn't think a 60% threshold to get approval is the way to do it.
These aren't trends, these are people's lives. And this is real for them. And this is real for me. I could lose my home. I'm just like everyone else.
White says if something like this were to pass, it would shift taxes to the working class even more.
There has to be something along with our vote that makes a difference, a real solution to how we're going to survive, not just survive, but be able to live and prosper again.
In Ohio, levies are approved by a simple majority, meaning if it passes, everyone pays taxes on it, even if they didn't vote for it.
If voters want to have a service, if they want to have their taxes increased, that's perfectly fine. But there needs to be that broader base of support.
For example, some of the levies on the 2024 election were Lucas County Children's Services, Springfield Schools, and the Toledo-Lucas County Library. All of them passed, but if they had to get the 60% threshold, none of them would have.
I don't know where this goes, but we do know one thing, increase levies because we have to pay for roads. We will see we have to do something about our schools and our libraries and our water.
The library would have been close, getting 58%. Ohio Library Council Executive Director Michelle Francis says libraries are already losing funding.
And when you've got 7.4 million library card holders like our libraries have, at the end of the day, if that funding, whether it's state or local, is not there, then services will have to be cut.
Francis says making changes to how levies are approved would be concerning, especially since almost half of the funding for local libraries comes from property taxes. Here at home, Representative White says she worries about how this will impact not only the libraries, but the schools and other organizations.
But it needs to be a real talk and a real solution, not just for property owners, not just for people, but also for local communities. And it can't be on the backs or make a burden for people.
The bill is currently in the House committee. Representative Thomas says sponsor testimony will start after the summer recess. We will track the bill as it progresses.
Toledo Public Schools is calling on all legislators and the Ohio House and Senate who serve Lucas County. District leaders want them to uphold Governor Mike DeWine's vetoes in the state's budget bill. TPS is concerned about 3 tax levy provisions and the efforts to override them. Its Board of Education released a statement reading in part, these proposals would significantly erode local control, destabilize school funding, and override the decisions of voters who have historically supported strong public schools in their communities. The board is urging legislators to reject efforts to override the vetoes and instead urges them to collaborate with local leaders to protect the financial tools essential to public schools' success.
All right, looking at radar, rain's moving out, sun building in. We'll get to your Monday forecast and beyond coming up next. All right, let's jump into this forecast. We've got sunshine out there. It looks beautiful, doesn't it? And I'm telling you, today is shaping up to be one of those rare July days where not only do we get the sunshine, you get the heat, all right, but you also have the low humidity, low mugginess level. So getting out and enjoying some of that sunshine is much easier to do. Current time 7:41 this morning. Nothing but blue skies overhead for today. Open up that WTOL 11 weather app that we are personally updating throughout the day. It's not some supercomputer on the other side of the planet or other side of the country that's just spitting out some numbers. We look at this, and this is our personalized forecast for you. You can scroll through and see how those numbers are changing by this afternoon. Heating up close to 90 degrees is what I put in there for you to plan out today. Looking at radar right now, again, we are dry across northwest Ohio and southeastern Michigan. Some of those showers moving out of Sandusky, Cleveland, waking up with some wet weather this morning. Columbus, look at those pretty good downpours there. Even some rumbles of thunder coming up on I-70 there on the east end of town. So again, if you got family or friends living in one of the 3 C cities, Cleveland, Columbus, or Cincinnati, they're probably talking about how they got rain this morning. We're talking about the blue skies overhead here in downtown Toledo, and that muggy meter just continues to drop. We are now down to the straight up comfortable territory where it feels almost more like a September day outside. I think that's how it'll feel today and tomorrow. Back to reality though, Wednesday, Thursday, mugginess back, and it feels like outside. That's how heavy the air is going to be, and that's going to promote our next chance for showers and a few thunderstorms as well. In the meantime, car wash forecast looks great today and tomorrow. There you can see some of those scattered showers and downpours for Wednesday. Let's look a little closer here. My hour-by-hour forecast gets us through the rest of this Monday. No big deal. Lots of sunshine. Tomorrow, pretty much more of the same. Maybe some late-day clouds start to drift in, but that next chance for rain we were talking about shows up right here during Wednesday with those pop-up showers and a few thunderstorms. Extended forecast for you. Here you go. Shower chances Wednesday and Thursday. Dry over the weekend before more chances for downpours, potentially on the way early next week. That's the latest here on our forecast. Steve's got the latest look now at our traffic tracker.
Yeah, let's get a nice live look at I-75. This is right at Alexis Road. So if you're heading out the door this morning, heading towards West Toledo, not tracking any problems out there that will slow you down. That's a look at your traffic tracker.
As we've been reporting, food banks throughout the area have been seeing more need and dealing with higher costs. Now they are bracing for both federal and state funding cuts. The president's Big Beautiful Bill makes states take on more financial responsibility for SNAP benefits. On top of that, Ohio's newly passed budget made millions of dollars in cuts to food bank funding for buying food. Now officials say they're seeing concerning trends in the food supply as farmers and agricultural producers face their own challenges.
Certainly with less resources to source food, even when it's second grade food or surplus food, it still costs us much more than it did even a couple of years ago to source that food. And with less funding, it's going to go even less far.
She says they are still measuring the impacts of these funding changes and when it could really be felt. She says the association is also currently working with health providers that are dealing with cuts to Medicaid.
Battle at the box office. It was a big weekend for theaters across the country. Which movie soared above the competition and how much it took home?
A Bowling Green teacher is getting national recognition.
For more than 3 decades, Dr. Jobeth Gonzalez has worked to transform students' lives through theater. She is one of only 2 honorees this year inducted in the Educational Theater Association's Hall of Fame.
Gonzalez has taught at Bowling Green High School since 1994, leading dozens of productions and inspiring many students.
The more opportunities we can give young people to experience using their voice in creative ways to tell truths that are their own, or to explore thoughts, the more people recognize the power of theater.
Gonzalez says the heart of her work is simple. High school theater transforms lives.
A group of young boxers are back home carrying some hardware from the 2025 National Junior Olympics and Summer Festival in Las Vegas. The Team Cartel Boxing Club broke the record for the most Junior Olympic national medals taken home by a single team. They got 9. 5 of them were gold, 1 was silver, the other 3 were bronze. Their athletes start their careers around 8 years old, and now at 18, 2 are planning their pro careers.
My next step is to finish this year out and make it on the Team USA team, and after that, looking to turn professional.
It make me want to make a name for myself and my family and my team.
The team plans to compete again during an international tournament coming up in September. You can now tour this year's St. Jude Dream Home, the home that could be yours if you reserve your ticket today. It's in Coventry Point subdivision in Perrysburg.
Yeah, so it's valued at $650,000 and features 4 bedrooms and 3.5 baths. And you have a chance to win it by reserving your $100 ticket. Along with the house, you have a chance at winning a 2025 Honda Civic LX and a Honda electric scooter from Jim White Honda. And if you can't make it out of the house this weekend, there will be open houses until August 3rd.
Also, if you go to the open house, you're entered for a chance to win a gift card. If you haven't already reserved your ticket, just call the number on your screen, or you can scan the QR code. When you reserve your ticket, all of that money goes directly to St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, providing life-saving care at no cost to their patients. Tickets are limited, so act fast.
Staying up to date on those preventative health screenings isn't always easy for everyone, but mammogram screenings could save a woman's life. That's why Mercy Health's mobile mammography unit travels to locations throughout Northwest Ohio, offering safe and easy screenings to anyone who needs it. Today, it will be at Mercy Health Starbright Primary Care. That's on Starbright Boulevard near State Route 795 in Perrysburg. Well, trending now on Fox 36.
We've likely all participated in this dating trend, and money isn't everything, but what amount would you consider to be wealthy? Your answer could be influenced by the generation that you're a part of.
But first, DC Studios' Superman took the #1 spot at the domestic box office after debuting this past weekend. Studio estimates show it earned $122 million, making it the first DC release to pull in more than $100 million since the company's 2017 film Wonder Woman. However, it didn't perform as well internationally, only earning $95 million in 78 international markets and just $6.6 million in China.
A new dating trend called Banksying is happening over in New York City. This is when one person slowly fades out of their relationship without communication and communicating their feelings, leaving the other person confused about what's happening. The term Banksying comes from the mysterious street art Banksy, whose artwork appears and then disappears suddenly, just like people using this approach to end a relationship.
I thought it was called ghosting.
Yeah,
that's what I thought it was called too.
Come on, stop the new term. It's ghosting.
Yeah, we're phasing out, guys. All right. So one investing company is setting a figure on being wealthy in America. The latest Modern Wealth Survey shows Americans think they would have to have $2.3 million to be considered wealthy in America. Baby boomers say it takes $2.8 million. Gen X and millennials say $2.1 million. And Gen Zers say $1.7 million. So what do you think? What category do you fall in?
I'm in the person who gets surveyed and tries to figure it out, but has no idea.
You have no idea. I don't know if I have a number.
It is.
Do you have a number, Steve?
For wealthy in America.
I would have thought a lot of people would just say for like a round even number. I thought you'd just say like $1 million, right? You would
Yeah, or like
$1 million.
$2 million. I mean, they're saying 2.8.
But I think people are now like $1 million is not enough money anymore.
I mean,
in America to be wealthy.
I'll tell you what.
The cost of living.
I'm willing to test this out.
Okay.
Give me $1 million and I'll let you know how I feel.
Will you say you're wealthy?
I sure will. I'll say I'm happy.
Yeah, I think sometimes maybe wealth is how you spend your money and what you do with it.
Also, what's in here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Where real wealth.
That's where it lies. I'm with you, Ryan. Now give me $1 million.
All right, welcome back in here just before 8 o'clock. Feeling good on a Monday morning, and I think the sunshine already out there has a lot to do with it. Beautiful skies. Did have a few sprinkles earlier this morning, but things have looked up since then. And I'll tell you what, you might be hard-pressed to even find a cloud in the sky by this afternoon with how dry that the skies are looking. Radar right now does show that rain from Cleveland down towards Columbus, but it's pushing eastward, so I don't see any reason why we'd see any of that return to our area for today. Looking at temperatures, refreshing. 70 right now in Toledo, 72 in Findlay. Low mugginess means cooler overnight lows, and that's why temperatures are in the 60s west of Toledo. Check that out, 64 in Wauseon, 67 degrees in Adrian. But everybody climbs today. High temperatures in the upper 80s or even close to 90 under the sunny skies for this afternoon. Should have another dry day for your Tuesday before rain chances. They're likely to return by the middle of this week. That's the latest on our forecast. Have a great rest of your Monday.
much for joining us here on a Monday at 8 on Fox 36. I'm Kaylee Kirby. Tim has the morning off. Let's get over to meteorologist Ryan Weekman, check and see how our forecast is looking. Ryan, we did have some rain this morning. Are we still seeing that?
No, we're all cleared out now, Kaylee. Good job checking that in for us, because you're exactly right. Looking at this, we've got dry, clear skies, sunny conditions the rest of today. Looking pretty good from here on out for a Monday as far as sunshine goes. Where's that rain? Oh, it's well off to the east now. Even Cleveland's getting their last raindrops down towards Mansfield as well. So let's enjoy what is going to be a sunny skied Monday. Less humid, great weather to get outside and enjoy, despite highs still getting up close to 90 degrees this afternoon. Just a light little breeze, but again, low mugginess makes for a very comfortable day. Get a look out on those roads for you this morning. 8:01. Get it over to Steve with our traffic tracker.
Let's take a nice live look this morning at our roadways out there this morning. So what we're seeing, things looking pretty good. No major issues to slow you down as we get a live look at our road conditions. And as you can see, north and southbound lanes here, nice and easy. That's a look at your traffic tracker.
We're following breaking news this morning. A crash in South Toledo is under investigation. It happened on Airport Highway just east of Byrne Road around 1 o'clock this morning. Police tell us 2 vehicles were involved, causing one of them to flip onto its side in front of the all-rose steel. We're told that the flipped vehicle knocked over a fire hydrant, but the water is off.
My boyfriend just beat the brakes off me. I'm pretty sure he broke my nose.
If you move, I'm gonna drop you.
You drop me. You wanna hit me, bro?
We have new video and audio from an incident you just saw right there, where a Toledo police officer shot a domestic violence suspect last week. The call came in around 12:15 Tuesday morning at the Eastgate Apartments. When officers responded, they found the victim outside. They checked her injuries, talked to her, and then approached the apartment. That's when they found the suspect, Aaron Saul, near the door, where he tells police not to come up the stairs. Body cam video shows him pointing a gun at police. Officers fired, hitting him in the hand.
What do you mean? Oh yeah?
I tell you, it ain't pretty, dog.
What?
It ain't gonna be pretty. Just go downstairs.
Get the out here. Get out here and show me hands. Get out! Put it down! Put it down!
Put it down or what?
Put it down!
Saul goes back into the apartment there, but eventually comes out and is taken into custody. He was taken to the hospital where he was treated, released, and then booked at the Lucas County Jail. Saul's facing several charges, including abduction, resisting arrest, and domestic violence. We're told the victim is expected to recover. We also learned the officer who fired the shots is 31-year-old Thomas McCafferty. He was also involved and cleared by a Lucas County grand jury for a deadly shooting. The shooting of Jason Means in 2023 after Means pointed a shotgun at TPD. McCafferty is on paid administrative leave, which is standard procedure. Agenda Sports Bar and Grill is ordered to shut down following a deadly shooting over the 4th of July weekend that left 2 people killed and 2 others hurt. A judge granted the city's request for a temporary restraining order against the bar's owner and 2 LLCs. The lawsuit claims the bar, quote, operates as a nuisance, is a menace to the general health of the community. Toledo public are routinely and frequently called to Agenda Sports Bar to address criminal complaints ranging from fights, a riot, tire slashings, and other serious crimes. We reviewed police records showing 24 reports tied to the bar since October 2021. Toledo Fire and Rescue also confirmed 9 EMS calls to the bar since September 2021. Earlier that year, the bar was linked to multiple incidents, including a stabbing, disorderly conduct, and 2 person shot calls. The city declared the bar a nuisance that March, but the case was resolved 3 months later. This time, Agenda will be closed through the 25th unless the court decides to extend the order. There's some big decisions happening that could shape the future of Northwest Ohio, and it's all going to happen tomorrow. We could learn the future of the long-delayed Lucas County Jail project. County commissioners will hold a public meeting to formally discuss whether to move forward with the jail's construction or start over. The project has faced more than a decade of delays, political battles, and skyrocketing costs. Recent bids topped $290 million. Also tomorrow, a controversial mining project in South Toledo could be headed for a turning point. City Council is set to vote on whether to rezone residential land on Angola Road. That's where Rocky Ridge Development has been mining sand and clay for years. The city admits the property is not zoned for industrial use, but has never ordered the mining to stop. Neighbors say it should have never been allowed in the first place. If the rezoning fails, the mining would officially be out of compliance. And lastly, council is expected to vote on a major contract decision that could cost the city millions. A fact finder has recommended Toledo firefighters receive the same wage increases recently approved for police officers. The contract includes a 6% adjustment retroactive to April 1st and raises through next year. Firefighters would have been without a contract for more than a year. An update on a sinkhole issue in Swanton. Village officials are now saying they plan to reopen Airport Highway this morning. Besides the sinkholes that were found forming around manholes, crews also found what they're calling a significant hole in the middle of a sewer pipe beneath the road. The village says it plans to explore lining or replacing sections of the system in the near future. If your commute takes you through South Toledo, you may run into some delays. The city of Toledo is shutting down lanes along Arlington and South Detroit starting today for a water line project. This is the same area where a sewer collapsed earlier this year. That prompted sinkholes and raw sewage to pour into nearby waterways. The road closure is expected to last 3 weeks. And while no one's getting water shut off today, that could change come next Monday. Toledo residents have 7 days to get their past due water bills in order before running the risk of having their water shut off. Tatiana Cash spoke with the city on what you need to do to keep your water on.
The city of Toledo is asking that folks go ahead and set up when it comes to your water bill. Reason being is because they're about owed $66 million when it comes to public utilities. And the reason being is due to the fact that some residents as well as businesses and commercials have not been paying, in some cases, for the last 5 years. There was a pause when it comes to paying back in March of 2020. And then from there, when it came to the smart water meter upgrades, which happened in 2022, that extended the pause even further. So again, it could be about 5 years since some folks have paid. Let's say on average, they owe about $4,500 that's past due. So that means that definitely a lot of money is still sitting. So they say they sent out about 700 final notice letters just last week. Shutdowns will not be immediate. However, starting with commercial and industrial properties, they likely owe way more. First, they will be dealt with. Residents not too far behind. So what's going to happen is a red tag is going to be placed upon your doorknob. And then from there, you've got about a week until a shutdown happens when it comes to your water. However, the best way to avoid having your water shut off in general is just to go ahead and do a phone call now to customer service, either pay it in full or set up to be a part of a payment plan. From there, you'll be safe from any type of shutoffs, as well as red tags specifically, will be starting next week on July 21st that week, and then it'll just go week by week in terms of getting things together. And you definitely don't want your water shut off. Reason being is because if you wait too late, and let's say you get a red tag, and then from there it happens that you need to go ahead and pay, but they shut off beforehand, it's going to take anywhere from 24 to 48 hours before they turn the water back on after you've either set up on a payment plan or have paid it in full. So don't wait until it's too late. Tatiana Cash, WTOL 11 on Fox 36.
All right, up next, you can see radars dry and quiet this morning. Get ready for more sunshine ahead, as you'll see in my 10-day forecast. All right, rolling through this Monday morning, and we've seen a little bit of everything so far when it comes to the forecast for us today. We've had a little bit of sprinkles across the Toledo Metro, had some clouds. Now the sunshine is out, and the view you see behind me right here on our Perrysburg camera, these blue skies, well, get used to it because that's what we'll have out there all day long to soak up and enjoy for this Monday. We're talking a forecast here that will not have any rain in it until we get to at least the middle of this week. You can see the dry skies. You do have rain from Cleveland down towards Columbus. That's shifting eastward. When we expand the radar view back out, you'll see even some pretty good thunderstorms across southeastern Ohio, maybe down towards Athens this morning. We are looking to the west, and that's where dry air is coming from, and we anticipate that, again, that'll be with us for the next 36 to 48 hours. Check it out. I'll show you exactly what I mean in our hour-by-hour forecast. There you see it, dry today, tomorrow too, but by Wednesday that starts to shift once again. Muggier, humid air moves back in, and that opens up the door and the possibility for scattered showers and thunderstorms to move back into the forecast as well. Look at the next couple of days here. Wednesday, Thursday, scattered showers and downpours. In the meantime, sunny skies today and tomorrow. Let's roll through our hour-by-hour forecast, showing you some of those scattered showers and thunderstorms Wednesday, and then maybe another wave with a front coming through, likely on Thursday, maybe a little bit more towards the evening hours on Thursday, the higher chance for it here. Downtown camera has the same thing, blue skies overhead, and there we go. Next week to week and a half, temperatures likely at or above average. We typically see about 19 of these 90-degree days on an average summer. So far this year, we've had 13, so we're pretty on par, expecting that number to only climb. Remember, we're only in the middle of July. Still got August and September to go through. 88 for Wednesday, Thursday. The heat does back off a little bit towards the weekend, and there'll be a renewed chance for showers and thunderstorms, as you see, early next week. That's the latest on our 10-day. Here's Steve with our traffic tracker.
Let's take a live look this morning at a roadway. So this is I-75 right at State Route 795. 814 is your time. Getting a look here, you can see roadways are in great shape, not seeing any delays out there. So if you're looking to get to work this morning, you're getting there on time. That's a look at your traffic tracker.
Cleveland Browns rookie, former Ohio State running back Quinshon Judkins was arrested over the weekend. He's facing a charge of alleged domestic violence. Judkins was drafted with the fourth pick of the second round. He was expected to contend for the team's lead running back role since Nick Chubb left. Now he's potentially subject to discipline from the league over its personal conduct policy. India's government released a preliminary report on the deadly Air India flight that killed more than 200 people last month. The flight lasted about 30 seconds between takeoff and the crash. Once it reached its top recorded speed, fuel control switches for the engines moved from the run to the cutoff position, starving both engines of fuel. The report did not say how the switches flipped. The final report is expected later this year. Funerals were held for the Palestinian American and his friend who were killed in the West Bank on Friday. The Palestinian Health Ministry says the 20-year-old was beaten to death by Israeli soldiers. The ministry says his friend was shot in the chest during the altercation. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un told Russia's top diplomat that his country was ready to, quote, unconditionally support Russia's every effort to resolve the conflict in Ukraine as two countries held high-level talks. North Korea has already deployed more than 1,000 troops to Russia and arms, with some reports suggesting a further 30,000 troops will be sent. The Russian foreign minister warned the U.S., South Korea, and Japan against forming a security partnership targeting North Korea. This comes after a joint air drill on Friday involving a strategic bomber and fighter jets of the three allies were over international waters. Peeling back the curtain, lawmakers are trying to find out what went on behind closed doors in the White House, what they want to know about the president's health, and what a former aide had to say. A former aide to President Joe Biden was on Capitol Hill on Friday, the second of two witnesses speaking to the House Oversight Committee about what went on behind closed doors in regards to concerns about the former president's health. Anna Eliopoulos has more.
A former Biden White House advisor sitting down with lawmakers Friday as part of the House GOP's investigation into whether the former president's staff covered up issues with his health. Ashley Williams is a former special assistant to then President Biden and served as his White House director of strategic outreach. The behind closed doors interview was not televised, but will be transcribed. Committee member Jasmine Crockett spoke to reporters outside, coming to Biden's defense.
If they are going to make allegations about the former commander-in-chief, egregious allegations as they continue to wage, I want to make sure that I'm in the room to correct the record.
Republicans have a long list of other Biden officials they want to talk to, including former White House Chiefs of Staff Ron Klain and Jeff Zients, former senior advisor Anita Dunn, and White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre. Earlier this week, the committee heard from former White House doctor Kevin O'Connor, who was subpoenaed to testify. He didn't provide many answers, invoking his Fifth Amendment right on every question but his name.
Were you ever told to lie about the president's health?
On the advice of counsel, I must respectfully decline to answer.
Did you ever believe the president was unfit to execute his duties as president?
On the advice of counsel, I must respectfully decline to answer.
O'Connor was Biden's physician for 12 years before joining the White House medical unit. He says he took the fifth out of concerns over doctor-patient confidentiality. Anna Eliopoulos, Fox News.
President Donald Trump says he's considering taking away Rosie O'Donnell's U.S. citizenship. He posted that on social media, that O'Donnell's citizenship is not in the best interest of the United States. The actress and comedian has long been at odds with the president, with the two blasting each other with angry, bitter put-downs. O'Donnell moved to Ireland in January and is in the process of trying to obtain Irish citizenship. Trump says O'Donnell should stay in Ireland if they want her. Live look outside after some rain this morning. Ryan's got a look at your forecast and how today is shaping up for a Monday in July. Steve has a look at your roads. We'll see you in just a few minutes. 8:25 for your Monday morning. Here's a look at today's top headlines. A crash in South Toledo is under investigation. It happened on Airport Highway just east of Byrne Road around 1 o'clock this morning. Toledo police tell us 2 vehicles were involved, causing one of them to flip onto its side in front of the all-row steel. We're told the vehicle flipped, knocked out a fire hydrant, and the water is off. Agenda Sports Bar and Grill is being ordered to shut down following a deadly shooting over the 4th of July weekend that killed 2 people and left 2 others hurt. A judge granted the city's request for a temporary restraining order against the bar's owner and 2 LLCs. The lawsuit claims the bar, quote, operates as a nuisance. It's a menace to the general health and of the community. Toledo police are routinely called to Agenda Sports Bar to address criminal complaints ranging from fights, a riot, tire slashing, and other serious crimes. WTOL reviewed police records showing 24 reports tied to the bar since October 2021. Toledo Fire and Rescue also confirmed 9 EMS calls to the bar since September 2021. Earlier that year, the bar was linked to multiple incidents, including a stabbing, disorderly conduct, and 2 person shot calls. The city declared the bar a nuisance that March, but the case was resolved 3 months later. This time, Agenda will be closed through the 25th unless the court decides to extend the order. Let's get a check of our forecast with meteorologist Ryan Weekman today, seeing how our Monday looks. Ryan?
Yeah, it looks pretty good for us. Take a live look outside right now. You can see from our Marblehead Lighthouse camera. Yeah, how about that sunshine? Looks good. Clear skies on radar, and temperatures now up to around 70 degrees here in Toledo. As we plan out our day today, lots of sunshine again, highs soaring close to 90. Steve standing by now. Let's get an update on our traffic tracker.
Let's get a nice live look this morning at our roadways. 475 right at Dixie Highway, so no issues out in the Perrysburg area for you this morning. Also getting a look at a few of those drive times before you head out the door.
Weather woes. The problems continue for Texans hit hard by deadly flooding. Why search and rescue got a little complicated, and the vow from state and local officials. Putting out the call, one local school district relieved by Governor DeWine's vetoes, but the battle's not over. The message they're sending to the State House. And a recall alert. Walmart is warning about some water bottles it sells in its stores, what's wrong with it, and what you need to do if you have one.
All right, 8:31 here. Let's talk about your forecast where we're looking at radar. You can see dry, clear skies over the Toledo metro, and that's the way it's going to stay all day long. We had some earlier sprinkles. Those have since shifted well off to the east over towards Cleveland, down towards Columbus. We're looking at a less humid, sunny Monday. Doesn't come much better than this. Great outdoor summer weather considering it is the middle of July after all. Plan out our afternoon. You can see those temperatures climbing close to 90 in many places for this afternoon. Just a light little breeze. Let's turn things back over to Steve right now for the very latest on our traffic tracker.
Let's get a nice live look this morning at our roadways. So as you can tell this morning, road conditions looking great. I-280 right at Manhattan Boulevard for you this morning. So if this is a part of your morning drive, no issues to start you off. That's a look at your traffic tracker.
A little more than a week after deadly floods hit the central Texas region, a slow-moving storm dumped even more rain over the weekend. The heavy precipitation set off new flood warnings in several places along the Guadalupe River, forcing rescuers to halt search operations. State and local officials have said search efforts will continue until every missing person is found. Right now, 3 members of Ohio's Task Force 1 disaster recovery team are in Kerr County. We're told they're using search dogs to help locate the missing. We spoke to Toledo's assistant fire chief over the weekend. He says members of the team arrived in the area Saturday morning, detailing the challenges they're facing.
Anytime we go down there, obviously it's very hot, so that's an extreme heat emergency is not only something that we have to take into consideration for humans, but certainly working the canines, that it shortens their work cycle, and then we have to incorporate a work-rest cycle.
Task Force 1 missions are normally scheduled for 14 days with additional 2 days for travel. However, deployments can be extended as needed. And we're hearing from Governor Mike DeWine this morning on the deployment. He released a statement reading, "I couldn't be more proud of those who volunteered for this mission. When Ohio sees another state suffering, we don't hesitate to help. Troopers tell me that the enormity of the destruction is unlike anything they've ever seen, especially in the area near Camp Mystic, but they remain motivated to do all they can to help." The Hancock County Sheriff's Office is searching for a driver who crashed into an ATV, seriously injuring a 13-year-old. The crash happened yesterday afternoon near Mount Blanchard. Investigators say the car was heading south on County Road 17 when an ATV heading west on Township Road 150 drove past a stop sign, crashing into the car. Investigators say the driver, a 40-year-old man from Kenton, then allegedly got out and ran away. The teen was flown to a Toledo hospital with serious injuries. Port Clinton's former fire chief will spend 180 days behind bars. Kent Johnson was convicted in April on multiple charges in a sexual harassment case. The victim was a woman who was an EMT and firefighter at the department. Johnson will be on probation once he gets out. Governor Mike DeWine recently approved Ohio's budget. In it, taxes will change for some residents. He also vetoed other tax proposals. But more changes continue in the State House along this front, and it could have an impact at the ballot box. Here's the details on House Bill 355. There's a new push in Columbus looking to increase the threshold for approving property tax levies.
We should have a good amount of the community supporting that tax initiative. That broad sense of community support, we're starting out at 60%. We're essentially saying more than 50% plus one.
The bill's author, Representative David Thomas, says the proposal is one of many steps they're taking in the State House to try to fix the property tax system. Representative Erica White agrees they need to be fixed, but she doesn't think a 60% threshold to get approval is the way to do it.
These aren't trends, these are people's lives. And this is real for them. And this is real for me. I could lose my home. I'm just like everyone else.
White says if something like this were to pass, it would shift taxes to the working class even more.
There has to be something along with our vote that makes a difference, a real solution to how we're going to survive, not just survive, but be able to live and prosper again.
In Ohio, levies are approved by a simple majority, meaning if it passes, everyone pays taxes on it, even if they didn't vote for it.
If voters want to have a service, if they want to have their taxes increased, that's perfectly fine. But there needs to be that broader base of support.
For example, some of the levies on the 2024 election were Lucas County Children's Services, Springfield Schools, and the Toledo-Lucas County Library. All of them passed, but if they had to get the 60% threshold, none of them would have.
I don't know where this goes, but we do know one thing: increase levies, because we have to pay for roads. We will see we have to do something about our schools and our libraries and our water.
The library would have been close, getting 58%. Ohio Library Council Executive Director Michelle Francis says libraries are already losing funding.
And when you've got 7.4 million library card holders like our libraries have, at the end of the day, if that funding, if the whether it's state or local, is not there, then services will have to be cut.
Francis says making changes to how levies are approved would be concerning, especially since almost half of the funding for local libraries comes from property taxes. Here at home, Representative White says she worries about how this will impact not only the libraries, but the schools and other organizations.
But it needs to be a real talk and a real solution, not just for property owners, not just for people, but also for local communities. And it can't be on the backs or make a burden for people.
And the bill is currently in House committee. Representative Thomas says sponsor testimony will start after the summer recess. We will track the bill as it progresses. Toledo Public Schools is calling on all legislators in the Ohio House and Senate who serve Lucas County. District leaders want them to uphold Governor Mike DeWine's vetoes in the state's budget bill. TPS is concerned about 3 tax levy provisions and the efforts to override them. Its Board of Education released a statement reading in part, these proposals would significantly erode local control, destabilize school funding, and override the decisions of voters who've historically supported strong public schools in their communities. The board is urging legislators to reject efforts to override the vetoes and instead urges them to collaborate with local leaders to protect the financial tools essential to public schools' success.
All right, looking at our forecast here, radar is nice and dry, isn't it? Got the rest of our Monday and week ahead to talk about coming up in my 10-day forecast.
And we're getting a look at our roads out there this morning. I'll let you know if there's anything that will slow you down.
All right, let's talk about your forecast on this Monday morning. So we're just coming off the weekend. We're starting off a new week and looking ahead towards the forecast, which honestly has a lot of sunshine. Do you see the blue skies overhead right now in our downtown camera? Well, it's going to be another hot day ahead because of that. You're going to be hard pressed to find any cloud cover. We've got lower humidity levels moving in. It'll actually make it feel a little refreshing, especially in the shade for today. You might be surprised. It's almost a little bit of an early September feeling day. One of the hotter early September days, but nevertheless, kind of like that. We got our hour-by-hour forecast scrolling through on the WTOL 11 weather app. We are always updating this. Look at that sunshine lasting all the way through the day today. Now, earlier we did have a few light showers, a few sprinkles. That will not be the case when we're looking outside right now, where you notice the dry conditions. We are last seen rainfall in Erie and Huron counties. Now even seeing this end all the way as far east as Cleveland. So those showers are moving out. Had a pretty good thunderstorm rumbling, especially on the south side of Columbus earlier this morning. That's now drifting east on I-70. And so we are looking at skies that will be nothing but blue when you look right over downtown Toledo. The muggy meter about as low as it goes, straight up in the comfortable zone. It's not very often we get sunshine, a little bit of heat here in July, but it doesn't come with the oppressive, super heavy, muggy feeling. Lasts for today and tomorrow, and then, but look at the change. Wednesday into Thursday, here it comes. Sort of feeling once again. Heavy, muggy air will be back. Car wash forecast, get it done today. You'll enjoy a nice clean car through Tuesday, Wednesday. That'll be our next chance for some of those scattered showers and downpours. As far as the hour-by-hour forecast goes, let's watch the next 72 hours. Through today, nothing to worry about, nothing but sunny skies out there. As we head overnight tonight into tomorrow, kind of more of the same. Maybe a few high-level clouds by late in the day for our Tuesday. And then Wednesday, there's that more widespread chance for some downpours to drift on through. Full extended forecast for you, 88 Wednesday, 88 Thursday. By the time we get to the weekend, may back off the heat just a touch. But next week, more scattered downpours are likely there, as you can see, Monday, Tuesday. That's the latest on our forecast. Here's Steve with our traffic tracker.
Here's a nice live look this morning at 8:44 at I-75 right at Central Avenue. So you can see traffic building up through this area this morning, north and southbound lanes. Traffic moving just fine for you on this Monday morning. Not seeing any major delays. That's a look at your traffic tracker.
Let's get a look at what's first on Fox. The Consumer Product Safety Commission says Walmart is recalling around 85,000 Ozark Trail stainless steel 64-ounce insulated water bottles. This is because the bottles, quote, pose serious impact and laceration hazards. The lids could forcefully eject when carbonated liquids or perishable beverages like milk or juice are stored over time. Consumers should stop using the bottles and contact Walmart for a full refund. A Wall Street Journal report says the Kraft Heinz company may split off a big part of its food business. The company has recently focused more on faster selling products like hot sauces, condiments, and dressings. Stock value in the company have slowed down since a 2015 merger between the Kraft Heinz business and the company is trying to adapt amid changing consumer taste in products. And the FDA has okayed a new long-lasting flea and tick treatment made by Merrick Animal Health. The new injectable treatment is called Provecto Quantum, and the FDA says it'll protect dogs against fleas and ticks for 8 to 12 months. Merrick Animal Health says the drug has received approval in more than 50 countries. Vet clinics and hospitals will start offering the treatment next month. Some first responders got quite the prize from a claw machine in Mason, Ohio. We'll have that story when we come back. A Bowling Green teacher is getting national recognition for more than 3 decades. Dr. JoBeth Gonzalez has worked to transform students' lives through theater. She is one of only 2 honorees this year inducted in the Educational Theater Association's Hall of Fame. Gonzalez has taught at Bowling Green High School since 1994, leading dozens of productions and inspiring many students.
The more opportunities we can give young people to experience using their voice in creative ways to tell truths that are their own, or to explore thoughts, the more people recognize the power of theater.
Gonzalez says the heart of her work is simple. High school theater transforms lives. A group of young boxers are back home carrying some hardware from the 2025 National Junior Olympics and Summer Festival in Las Vegas. The Team Cartel Boxing Club broke the record for the most Junior Olympic national medals taken home by a single team. They won 9. 5 of them were gold, 1 was silver, and the other 3 medals were bronze. Their athletes start their careers around 8 years old, and now at 18, 2 are planning their pro careers.
My next step is to finish this year out and make it on the Team USA team, and after that, looking to turn professional.
It make me want to make a name for myself and my family and my team.
The team plans to compete again during an international tournament in September. One child in Ohio is safe. Get a look at this after getting stuck in a claw machine. Surveillance video shows a boy climbing into the prize drop area of a claw machine at the Mason Community Center in Ohio.
Oops.
Seen by a bystander, workers unplugged the machine and brought it inside, where first responders opened the back of the machine and freed the child. What a wild story. That kid must have been pretty small to climb into that, though,
It must have been off the quarters. Also, they really are bringing it
Yeah, they're bringing it all the way back into the store,
inside.
pushing it.
Are they trying to find a way to unlock it? I assume that's what you're doing, right?
Did they give him what he was trying to grab out of there?
I thought you had more space in
Man.
the hallway, but okay.
Where's this kid's mother?
She was right there. Actually, I've seen the video.
That's probably like that's probably the only way you can actually get something.
She caught him right when he got his feet inside, and she had another child with her. And,
It's like, no, don't do that. But also, your sibling.
It was too late. It was like, oh boy.
Yikes.
Oops.
Hey, he just wanted a toy.
Maybe it was like Toy Story, and like the aliens were crying out, "Choose me, choose me."
What did they sound like in that movie, Steve?
I don't remember. You do it.
Nah, I'm not falling for that.
You do it.
Okay. They go.
8:55, here are your top stories for your Monday. A crash in South Toledo is under investigation. It happened on Airport Highway just east of Byrne Road around 1 o'clock this morning. Toledo police tell us 2 vehicles were involved, causing one of them to flip onto its side in front of the all-row steel. We're told the flipped vehicle knocked over a fire hydrant, but the water is off. We could learn the future of the long-delayed Lucas County Jail project tomorrow. County commissioners will hold a public meeting to formally discuss whether to move forward with the jail's construction or start over. The project has faced more than a decade of delays, political battles, and skyrocketing cost. Recent bids topped $290 million. Let's get a check of our forecast with meteorologist Ryan Weekman, see how the day is shaping out after some rain this morning. Ryan?
Oh, looking dry and sunny the rest of today. Beautiful conditions on the way for us here, as you can see from our Marblehead Lighthouse camera. This is what's in store for the rest of the day. Looking at radar right now, you can see the dry, clear skies. Any rains down towards Cleveland and Columbus, now pushing eastward, and that's where we really expect it to stay. It's going to be moving away from us as lower humidity, less mugginess begins to move on in. Temperatures, here we go for today, showing 71 the high temperature here in Toledo, 74 down in Findlay. Starting to recover after a cooler start up across southeastern Michigan, now showing 71 up in Adrian as well. So keep these temperatures climbing, should reach the upper 80s or even close to 90 in a couple spots, but with lower humidity and lots of sunshine. A great day in the middle of July anyway to be outdoors. Get it back over to Steve now for that traffic tracker.
Let's get a look at 475 Reddit Hill Avenue this morning. North and southbound lanes moving just fine. No major issues out there for you this morning. So if you are heading off to work, you're getting there on time. And here's a look at a few of your drive times.
I know, right? Mic check. Check, check, check. Coming up on
say it's gonna be a good day today. I think that we should take a drive and get away somewhere. Top down. Call up all our friends and maybe they can meet us there. Sundown, yeah. Ooh, such a good day today. Ooh, time to come out and play. Ooh, such a good day today. WTOL 11. WTOL 11.
Good morning. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
Hey, welcome back.
Hey, nice to be back.
Did you have a good week?
I did. It's nice staycation. Well, kind of. We did go to Chicago
Oh,
last weekend, and
Yeah.
we were in Ann Arbor this weekend. But throughout the week, Monday
Yeah.
through Friday, was
Home
at
base.
home. Yeah, got a lot of stuff done around the house. It was just nice. I said to Gloria, I was like, it's just so nice. I don't remember the last time I did a staycation. She said, you've actually never done a staycation.
oh yeah, you're always on the go. When you
Always
have
on
the
the
time
go
off.
somewhere. So it was really, really nice
Good.
just to stay at home and just chill out a little bit.
Yeah,
so
get some
I feel
sleep.
rested, which is really
Good.
nice. Yeah.
Good. Very good.
It's hard.
Good.
I don't think you ever catch up on sleep. You know what I
No,
mean?
you don't. You don't. But you at least feel like you have a little bit more energy.
I felt like a
than-
human this week.
Oh,
this
good.
past week, so that was good.
You're back to not feeling human this week.
Right, I'm feeling it today. It's funny how that happens.
Yeah, back on those overnight hours will get you. Well, we had a busy weekend. We went to the Killer Queen concert on Saturday night. So Maggie's a big fan of Queen, and we thought she hasn't really been to a concert. Like, she's seen a lot of live music. We've done acoustics for autism, things like that, but we haven't like taken her to a concert. So we thought this would be a good one. And we told her we were going, and she was like, oh. And we're like, do you not want to go? Are you like not excited? And she said that she was nervous about crowds.
Okay.
She didn't want to get lost.
Okay. We
Like,
don't want you to get lost either,
I'm like,
Maggie.
trust me, we're not gonna let you out of our sight. And we get there, and then she was like, oh, it's outside. Okay, she thought it was gonna be like indoors and like crazy, chaotic. And so she settled in, and then we all had a great time. They played for like an hour and a half.
Oh, that's a good concert.
Yeah, they did all the hits. And you know who was the opening act? Carmen Miller was there.
Oh, nice.
Yes, with
Rocked
her
it.
band.
Yeah.
Yes, she did. So she got everybody going. I was like, I know her.
Right.
She's been on Good Day.
Yeah,
Good
she's
Day.
a
It's
friend
been a
of the
while.
show.
We have to get her back on. It's been a little bit.
Yeah.
But so, anyways, it was a great concert. They did all of the hits. We had to stick around for the encore when they did Bohemian Rhapsody and We Will Rock You. We Are the Champions. So it was a lot of fun. And then
No rain on Saturday for you during the concert?
Can I tell you? No, there was no rain.
Because
I was so nervous.
That storm did come through around like 1 o'clock,
Yes.
12:30, 1 o'clock, like really quickly on Saturday.
Stephen, I was watching that radar all day. And that's why we waited to the last minute to even tell her we were going, because
Right.
I was afraid it might get rained out or
Yeah.
something, and then she would be disappointed. Turns out she wouldn't have been that disappointed. But I'm like checking the radar like every 30 minutes. I was like, okay, now it looks like it might. No, now we're okay. And I talked to John Birchfield about it on Friday too. He's like, it's going to be so isolated and scattered, but I think you'll be okay. And we're okay.
We're good to go.
Yes.
Wonderful.
You know what? Something else we did this weekend that I've never done before, and I don't know if you've done this, but we baked our own bread. Have you ever baked your own bread?
No, I don't think so.
It's easy.
Gloria has. I'm not a huge baker anyway.
Yeah, neither am
I think Gloria has. Maybe.
Maybe. I know that
Possibly.
she's gluten-free, right?
Yeah.
So she probably has a special recipe.
And I think that's what
That's
happened,
why?
and I didn't eat it. That's probably it.
That's probably what happened. Yeah, so it took a few hours because you have to make the dough, let it rise, do that whole thing. And it was delicious. It was really good.
That looks
It
really
looks
good.
like
looks
sliced bread, right?
It does. Look like you guys did a pretty good job there.
So
A good way to let the dough rise right now,
Yeah.
Amanda, it's so moist and warm outside.
yeah,
You don't need a proofing oven or anything. You don't need to put it in the oven. You can set it outside.
you just put it outside.
Who made you a
Fantastic.
baking expert?
Okay.
Just FYI.
Well, you make your own like pizza dough.
We make
and
pizza
stuff
dough,
like
we make
that.
breads or other stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeast is so tricky. Yeast can be very tricky, especially when you're first really using it. So.
We did okay. It tasted great. It looked like bread.
Okay.
So my husband was like listening to some podcast or something, and he was like, Did you know that bread from the store is like really bad for you? I'm like, yeah, it's horrible.
That's why it's delicious.
So now he's like, he wants to just bake our own bread forever.
Well, thanks, Mike.
We'll see how long it lasts.
Okay. Did you guys make like some sandwiches out of that?
Yeah, we did avocado toast for
Oh,
breakfast. Yeah, which was really good. We didn't do sandwiches because we were just like eating the bread.
Oh, okay.
We
It
tried
tastes
it.
good.
Yeah, we gave a couple slices to my in-laws too. Yeah, it was delicious. So we will probably be making more bread.
Okay.
We got the yeast now, so yeah. Well, summertime is the right time for refreshing drinks. But in Pittsburgh over the weekend, some folks took it to the extreme.
Your
This
favorite.
is Ryan's nightmare.
Oh, that guy.
Oh, that guy didn't even get it in his mouth.
I don't trust that guy. I don't even know who he is. Yeah.
Okay, so during the Picklesburg Festival, one Penn State student was named the Duke of Drinking. Ryan Thompson downed a quart of Pittsburgh Pickle Company's Picklixer in 4.19 seconds. That little dude there.
I feel great. I mean, a little ill, but I feel great.
He said he felt a little ill, not dill.
I'm sure he did.
Felt a little dill? Is that
Felt
what
a
you
little ill,
said? Oh.
not dill.
Oh.
Yeah, so he says that he started training about 9 months ago.
What?
By chugging water out of a giant German beer stein.
All right.
Sure it was water. Yeah.
So this guy in the black polo here,
Yeah.
I think he works for one of the news stations, KDKA.
Oh, I see. You're right. He does.
He did pretty good.
I mean, he got most of it on his shirt.
I think that was kind of weak, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
What?
Yeah, it was kind of weak.
Steve.
It was kind of.
I think
When
it
are
was
you
too.
doing this, sir?
What?
We've had this conversation about pickle juice on this show. Steven thinks it's disgusting to drink it out of the jar.
You should not.
And I think you absolutely should. And a lot of viewers chimed in on this one and said it's good for Charlie horses.
Ryan, you okay over there?
Oh,
He doesn't like pickles. You at least like pickles.
I love pickles.
This would be like if I said, Steve, go eat a jar of mayonnaise.
That's gross.
See?
Blech. Yeah, that's gross.
And it's chunky.
I would
Ew.
rather eat a jar of
No,
mayonnaise
I
than
can't. You would rather eat a jar of mayonnaise
than that. Oh, pickle.
All that fat? No, at least like pickle juice is like a liquid.
And I could fake it like that guy. And
Yeah, and like let it run down your shirt. Well, listen though, this is what he won. He won $500 and 2 tickets to Shinedown.
Okay.
That's random.
I mean, $500.
And a yo-yo.
So you can walk the dog.
You can walk the dog.
Sure.
I mean, I don't know that I would do that for $500, I feel like you'd have to pay me a little bit more.
He was also very serious about this. Look at
he
his,
did- he
can
did
we watch watch his face when he finishes this? He's so concerned he wasn't going to win.
I'm
Look
just
at
looking at the KDKA guy because that's a lot of spillage right there.
He's doing it the
And
smart
I don't
way.
even think he finished it
No,
either.
he didn't.
No.
So it's not that much.
Would you
pickle
keep
juice,
going
right?
if you knew you were beat? You'd do it like, I'm cool.
No,
I'm good.
I think
I'm
like,
good.
oh, I didn't win. Okay, I'm not
no,
finishing this.
Yeah.
I don't think I would
Now I
necessarily.
could do a pickle eating contest.
I could do that.
Yeah, I think
I could do that too.
Like do that, but the pickle juice
No,
part.
I could probably chug
lot.
pickle juice, but I do feel like I'd need more than $500 to do it.
Just a little bit more.
I always take just
1,000?
like yeah, maybe 1,000.
Okay.
I take a swig out of the jar.
Okay, concert tickets to.
Ooh.
Shinedown.
Not Shinedown.
I'm trying to think of
No
Nickelback.
offense, yeah,
Who else we
right?
got?
No offense. I don't know, maybe.
They were in
So
town
you,
not too
Amanda,
long
you
ago,
just
too.
go in your refrigerator if you're feeling like you
Yeah.
just take
Yeah.
a chug.
Usually it's when the jar and when it gets to the
I was
end
gonna
of the
say
jar.
polite for the family, like.
Yeah, usually we wait, and then then we all take swigs out of it because Maggie and Mike.
Oh, this
like
is a
it too.
real thing in the Fay household.
Yes. It's not that weird.
No, it's fine.
No, it is, Amanda. It is.
Trust me, I am not the only one who does this. Ryan, you just don't like pickles,
I've
which
got
I
like
think is
chills
weird.
down my back. Like this is so gross. Ew.
And Maggie is growing up thinking this is normal.
Yeah, because it is.
I like how you phrase that, thinking it's normal.
Right. Because it's not. It's not.
Hey,
Every family's different. There you go, right?
It's a hydration there. I think a lot of runners, I think, drink it.
They definitely do.
For
Yeah,
cramps.
it's good for that.
So Amanda's basically suggesting it's going to be hot outside if you're
Yes.
taking a run.
There you go.
Drink some pickle juice.
He got it. He picked it up and
or
ran with
just
it.
be like me and avoid running altogether, so you don't have to worry about drinking pickle juice. So see, I don't have to do
Just
either one. There you go.
sit outside on your patio today.
Yeah, why would I run to drink pickle juice? I don't even like, what? That's not a motivator for me. All right, let's scroll on through. We can see, run for barbecue. If that helped out with the cramps, then we could start talking here, all right? Got some sunny weather on the way. Highs close to 90 degrees for this afternoon. We'll have to talk to John Birchfield, see if that's a...
Yes.
Ask runners, like, does barbecue, like ribs, does that help out cramps? If it does, again...
The answer is no,
No,
Ryan.
it's not. Sorry. We can tell you that. Good
Whatever. A guy can dream, all right? We got clear skies. What about other condiments? Ranch dressing? Midwest ranch? No, probably not either. Sandusky, you guys are dry now after rain earlier. They're getting plenty hydrated down in Columbus today. Look at all these showers. We got some green pickle juice all over the central part of the state right here. But that's moving away from us. Clear skies over the Toledo Metro, and we should have blue skies all day long. Here's the big talking point for us today. Muggy meter, as low as it goes for the middle of July. It's going to feel like a hot early September day outside today where, yes, it's still hot and warm, but you're going to say, it doesn't feel quite as bad outside. And it's all because the mugginess is low in the comfortable zone today and tomorrow. Sort of feelings back Wednesday, Thursday. Conveniently coincides with our next chance for rain in the forecast. Funny how that works. You bring moisture back, storms start popping off a little easier. So car wash forecast good today, tomorrow. Rain chances back on Wednesday. Let's kind of watch how this moves and shifts for our 72-hour outlook here. Quiet through today on our hour-by-hour forecast. As we advance the clock forward, you'll see nothing happening really tomorrow either. But into Wednesday, that's where you get more of the chance for a couple of those pop-up shower downpours back in the forecast. So got the heat, got the storms then Wednesday, Thursday. Heat backs off a little bit for the weekend, and then we will have another chance for some pop-up showers early next week. So there you go. Next 48 hours looks about as good as it gets for July.
Awesome. Very good. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, right.
Hey, coming up this hour on Toledo's most local 9 a.m. show.
It's festival time, and one of Toledo's most beloved gatherings celebrates its 20th anniversary with the weekend full of events. We have a preview.
You were never meant to blend in, and you're audaciously imperfect, and that's just fine. Find out why from clinical psychologist Andrea Mata.
Okay, and a Monday isn't Monday without home hacks. What could get the thumbs up or down today, Amanda?
Well, it's a hack Ryan has been on me to try, involving a cucumber and a frying pan. Yeah, you too. We'll see if this viral trend works.
Yep, you can put it on the stool.
All right. Good morning. Hi, good morning. How you doing?
How are you?
Hi.
Well,
Hi.
you two can sit right
All
here.
right.
If you want the pillow for some back support, you can have it
Okay.
or get rid of
You
it.
want to go inside or outside?
Go ahead. How y'all doing?
Good, good.
No, I think it's the next one.
Oh, you're right. Okay, I'm coming.
Y'all all good for this weekend?
Oh,
Coming together?
it's the weather. It's the weather. You know, that's the whole thing.
That's always a factor.
Always.
Yeah, always, always.
And the thing is it's so hard to tell
Welcome back to Toledo's most watched, most local 9 a.m. show. Good day. And you know how much we love a good festival.
Yeah, one this weekend celebrates its 20th year. Jessica White is here from the African American Festival, along with Dr. Suzette Crowell of the Toledo Urban Credit Union. Thanks for being here today.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely.
Yes.
20 years is a big deal.
It is.
Yes.
For sure. Absolutely.
So you have to do it up big. How do we get started?
Well, this thing, we decided to do it a little bit differently. Dr. Suzette Kyle said, well, we're going to take it up a notch. We'll make sure it's the 20th year. We want the community to come out. So we decided to put a little bit of extra pizzazz on it. So we have our prayer in the parking lot. We decided to add some panels in. We still have our concert, amazing lineup, our community day. So we're still hitting touch points, but we're making sure we're just taking it up just a little bit notch because it is 20 years and we want to be able to celebrate. And our theme this year is history, education, as well as health.
Okay, so 20 years of the African American Festival. What does that mean for the city of Toledo to have this year after year?
Well, I think they look forward to it. We start getting calls in January because people are planning their family reunions around it.
Yeah.
We have people that have their T-shirts from the very first one. Our first festival started on the corner of Detroit and Indiana, and we had 800 people, and we were so excited.
That was the first year?
That was the first year. Wow. That's how much
800
it was.
is a lot.
Yeah. For us, we felt like it was, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
now,
a full circle moment.
Much more than that now.
Yeah. Oh, for sure, for sure. We're hitting the thousands. And nice to say, we ended with the concert, but we always keep it that's core and it's ground to the community. So we make sure we have that prayer. We make sure we have that substance to make sure you're just not partying, but you're partying with a purpose.
Okay, so the purpose for this weekend, health, history, those are some of the things that are going to be hit on. So you mentioned a panel discussion. What can people expect with that?
Yeah, so this is the first time we're ever having our mental health and wellness panel. So we want to make sure you are able to come in and get a full on scope of what it means to have a healthy relationship, whether it's relational, whether it's in your personal life or your professional life. So we said we're going to get some people together, some community leaders. We have some amazing sponsors, and we said we're just going to have a conversation. So you come in, you sit down, you talk. We have men, we have women, we have some pastors, but it's really to come in and just debrief and say, hey, we want to get together and we want to make sure that we're healthy and we're bringing this into our family and our homes.
Yeah, and making sure everybody has that access.
Yes.
Yeah, can get that. It's also about the community, as you mentioned as well. And then Community Day is Friday, right?
Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have agencies come in and we do with the children. Yeah. That's the most part of the festival. We want to hit all ages.
Yeah. Well, and the kids want to have a good time.
They do.
Oh, absolutely.
It's a festival. They want
Yes.
to. So this is going to be a festival for the kiddos, the teens, and the adults as well, right?
Yeah, family friendly. You come on out, you bring your family. We want to make sure that you are there. We have some free food from vendors. We have different activities. We have the Toledo Museum of Art coming. We have the Metro Parks that'll be there. So we're going to make sure that we are able to touch anyone that's in the community. And we ask for everyone to come on out from 12 to 3 at 3053 Monroe Street. So this is the first time we're using the credit union as the backdrop for the community day. So this will be new for us, but we're so excited. We're asking people to park across the street though. So that way we can use the grounds with the food trucks and things of that nature, but it'll be an amazing time.
And why do you feel like the credit union needs to get involved in this?
It was a vision of mine 20 years ago, and it's still here.
Wow.
So that tells you that the community really looks forward to it.
Yeah.
But the biggest event really is the parade. When you pull up on door in Detroit at 7 o'clock in the morning and you see the kids out there practicing and the parade doesn't start to 10, they're so excited.
Yeah.
And it brings everyone together. We have banks, institutions, everyone comes together to make that parade big. They say it is the friendliest parade in the city. Okay.
There'll be candy. Yeah, that's a good one. Kids have to have candy.
They do.
Oh, sure. For sure. Yeah.
Come with candy.
Make sure you bring your bags, kids. And the parade is Saturday.
Yeah,
The parade is Saturday morning.
At 10 o'clock. So you mentioned history as well. So what's the history component to all of this?
Well, as Dr. Suzette said, it started 20 years ago. So we want to make sure in these 20 years you feel like you know the credit union, you know your community leaders. Some have been living here their whole life and may not know the touch points and the things that are these community vendors are there for. So we're going to make sure we are able to show you that, hey, if you need to have some mental health, you can always go to this resource center. Or you may be looking for a food bank, you can go here. Or you may be looking for a children activity, you can come here. So that's the one thing that we're trying to connect the history of where we have and who we have. And then that way you can come here and say, okay, well, next year I'm excited for this, or I'm going to make sure I go to that. Or you can just continue it throughout the year.
And I think that's great because so many times we sit here and go, in this moment, I need this, and I don't know where to start. So if you have that in your back pocket, come out, make those touch points, as you said.
Yeah.
Write it down, get it in your phone, and then when the time comes, you're like, I know where to go.
I know where to go.
I know where to go.
Or you can refer someone else.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's it.
Because sometimes that's the biggest reference, who you know. But let's talk about the flagship part of this, you know, the concert.
Come on, yes.
Some big names.
It is. And we wanted to make sure you can come in any stage of your life, whether you're a Christian, whether you're non-Christian, whether you like soul, whether you like R&B, if you want a little bit of hip hop, we'll have it all for you. Our DJ this year is DJ Lightning Rod, so he's going to be the house DJ. So he's making sure he sets the mood. We have the Wall Band Music, which is a local band. They'll be accompanying Leandria Johnson, so she'll kick us off. We always start off in prayer at the festival. Then we're going to move on to Pokey Bear, so he has a little Southern soul. Music Soul Child is our R&B. We have Troop, so if you're from the 90s, you may remember some of the Troop songs. And then we're always going to end it with our beloved Zap Band.
Oh, you forgot Toledo's own
Life Jennings.
You cannot forget. You cannot forget
And I did not. He is the crib. Yes. Live. He is absolutely. He's excited, and we're excited to have him because, like I said, he's our very own. So he's our own little gem that has taken it around the world. So for him to come back and be able to grace this stage with these amazing performers, we're excited.
Yeah, that's very cool. That's a great lineup. And a great lineup of events. It all starts tonight with that prayer tonight. Is there a place where people can go to sort of get that calendar, get that list of everything going on?
Absolutely. You can always check us out on our actual Facebook page. We have an Instagram page. And then if you want to go to our website, you can see it there too. So we have all the different lineups, all our different flyers. As Dr. Suzette said, we're asking folks if they have been in parades in the past or festivals in the past to post their pictures because we want to just really drum it up. This is festival week. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, so get excited. Thanks.
A full week of celebration.
Yes. So
20
we'll see you tonight, 5 p.m., prayer in the parking lot. So that's how we're going to kick that thing off.
And then stay tuned to all the other fun activities Friday and Saturday. Thanks for being here today.
Thank you for having us.
Well, and Toledo's longest running, most local 9 a.m. show continues.
Something for our women viewers. It's okay to be imperfect. Really, it is. We're going to explain when Good Day returns.
You'd be surprised. 8 weeks left. Yep, because they sit over there. Oh my goodness, you look adorable. My purse is on because that's how she connected my thing. I didn't know if you were wondering why the purse was on me. Okay. Mine just.